action. Well, we just made it up here to the Leek field, and we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Let's get dirty.
Let's get dirty. Plastic straws, plastic bags. These things are horrible. So as a continuation from this, we have prime example. Hello Kitty. He's just laying over here in the woods. These things are absolutely terrible for the environment. As you can see, they don't break down. They might rip and get a little dry rotted and kind of fray away. But they don't go anywhere. They're just here. And they're just not good.
There you are. Yeah.
We're monkeying with the new gimbal.
Yeah, we picked up a new toy, and it's kind of fun. But this is something that we always like. We're out here in the woods. We're working on that episode. We start talking about another episode that we've been working on. So then we pull it up on the phone while we're in the process of editing it, and we're going, "Hey, yeah, this is."
It's relevant.
Yeah, you know, but it's relevant, or it's like, hey, let's see if we can do this part of it, or what should we do here? You know, and we do it while we're hunting. We do it while we're digging leeks,
gathering sap.
Yeah, gathering sap.
Driving down the
road. You know, it's just we end up like I don't want to say that this show consumes us. But it consumes us.
It's a very big part of our lives.
Yeah.
I mean, every day we're thinking of new episodes. We're thinking of new content. Different ideas for stuff. Tim and I are always exchanging ideas back and forth, and it's really a never-ending process.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Well, it's just the main thing is just the time. I mean, we get all these awesome ideas, but we never, like with your work schedule, my work schedule, family lives outside of the show.
Yeah, it's hard to really come up with a time to get together.
I mean,
so we take these moments that we're actually, staying here with each other. I mean, I've stopped at the gas station. I see Tim filling up his gas tank for work, and I stop. I'm like, hey, what about this idea?
Yeah, we've crossed paths at grocery stores and everything like that, and we just like it just every time we're like, oh yeah, that's an awesome idea, let's do that. Like last year when we were out gathering sap and boiling and everything, hey, we should do something with leeks. A year later, we're doing it for the first time.
A year later.
Yeah. So.
Which, I mean, we have mentioned different ideas for stuff that we want to do for episodes, and it's still, we're still working on those. It's not like we just forgot about them, or we don't want you guys to think that we lied to you. It's just, life happens, and it happens so quick that we just can't get to everything, and we do have an upcoming episode that we're going to start filming in a couple weeks, and
that's another one that's been a year in the making.
Yeah, it's been a year in the making. We're just, and we're working against 3 schedules with that one. It's mine, Tim's, and our guest star for the episode, which you have seen this person in previous episode, but we're not going to mention who it is or what we're going to be doing. We're just going to say it's going to be.
Well, there was a mention of him in the mini episode with putting the new winch on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mini episode
What was it?
4?
I can't remember. But see, here we go again to the phone to try to look it all up and be like, wait, what one was that?
There's so much footage on here. I gotta hold on. So this is what we see from our end. Mini episode 5.
Mini episode 5.
New winch. So if you guys want to go and watch that,
716 Outdoors. Gonna run up to Cuba today.
then you can find out exactly who we're talking about. But you got to pay attention though. You got to watch it till the end.
Yeah.
We're not saying that part is at the end, but you just got to watch it till the end.
All right. Well, let's go dig some leeks.
Let's do it.
So one of the things that I love about hunting is, you have a bunch of people with a bunch of different ideas and what you can do, and making the best of what you got. Some people might not have a whole lot of money to go and buy a stand or a blind or something. So if we go down here, there's a spot where somebody found a good hunting spot. And it's right over here. There's Grandma's shower chair that somebody brought up into the woods to have a little makeshift hunting spot. I'm not going to knock it.
I'm not.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's just really kind of a nice spot to hunt, I think. Not as thick as what I would like to see, but you might get some deer passing through. So I might sit there myself once this year.
I would. Why not?
Why do ducks have tail feathers?
Cover their butt cracks.
Cover their butt quacks.
Yeah, that worked. This thing has dug quite a few things in its lifetime. So for anyone that might not be familiar with digging leeks, so what you want to do is get down below the root ball, and then what you're left with you got your leaves and you got your bulb. That's what you want. Later on in the episode, you'll see, we'll get rid of all the dirt. We'll clean these up. We'll knock the roots off here. The roots we'll bring back to the woods, Tim included, and we'll put them back and let those continue to thrive up here. That way, we're not taking.
Well, and the other thing too is if you happen to pull one out and you miss that root ball like this, you still have edible portion in here. So,
Which actually you can use the whole thing. I know in the past I've taken them and I'll cut up the greens and the bulb, the stalk, everything, and put it in a nice omelet with some ham. That's really good that way.
Yeah, which I think with the one method that we're going to use here, when we put them in the dehydrator, we're going to keep some of the greens on them.
Yeah.
And that just gives it a little color.
So there's actually a lot of different species of leeks, or subspecies, right? And these are just one of them. You can buy leeks from the store, but they're going to be absolutely massive and not nearly as good.
The smaller, the hotter. You know, and legend has it that the natives in this area used to use leeks for medicinal purposes as well. So
I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, you know, I mean, there's a lot of medical or medicinal stuff that could be used for, you know, or just sourced from the wild, and maybe it all worked better than the current stuff, you know.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would like to say not as addicting, but I find leeks addicting.
Yeah.
I like wild leeks, wild onions, wild spearmint.
You sound like
Birch.
Bubba and Forrest Gump right now.
Anyway, like I was saying, shrimp is the fruit of the sea. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it. There's shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
We have leek sausage, we have leek boudin, we had leek leeks, we have raw leeks, we had leek omelets.
We're gonna have to change my name from Bro Squash to Bubba Hamilton.
I don't know. I still think lumber snack is it. Until Halloween comes around.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we get some more votes versus the other ones. But, you know.
Well, and I know we're keeping this one a big secret from everybody, but everybody that has heard the suggestions so far has been leaning towards one. And
It's one my father would surely be proud of.
yes. Maybe you could borrow his costume. I just moved down on his list.
Yeah. You weren't very far up on it to begin with.
Hey, he told me that he loves me.
He did.
Which I still have to get up there and grab my hoodie.
All right, I want to point this out. You see this one's kind of got different colors on it. Got kind of a reddish color. This isn't a leek, this is a flower. I forget what flower.
That's the spotted leaf flower.
Yeah, this is
That's what we're gonna call it.
this is the spotted leaf flower compared to a leek, so you can get the idea of it. Well, we got most of a bucket full.
Yeah, that was. I mean, we had what, half hour of digging.
Yeah, it's almost 40 minutes.
Yeah. So, there's a good amount there. Probably got to be a few pounds. I think it finally caught me. Huh? Yep. It's looking at me.
I think it's a pretty good haul for what we need.
Sorry, everybody. I'm just playing with our new toy. This is really a neat thing. I like this. So,
This is what it's seeing.
and see, if I move, you can see me right here. You can see me in the. So if I move this way, it's following me.
I think it's getting it. Yeah, it's getting it.
We got a few pounds of leeks, and you can see that we've barely put a dent out here.
Can't even tell we were here.
Yeah. There's leeks all the way up the hill there. So this is just a really big patch.
You ever do leeks and banana peppers?
I haven't, but we might be able to do some leeks with banana peppers and some dish that we would.
It's a pretty good combo.
Or what would be really cool? Like we eat those pickled leeks up there at the sugar house. But if we empty a jar of banana peppers and then drop these into banana pepper juice,
I think you're onto something. Really, anything with banana in the name is good. Banana bread. Bananas.
okay, they're banana gump.
Banana peppers. Banana boat.
That's my boat.
Banana split. So what do you think about what do you think for a recipe for leeks? Have we come up with anything yet?
Well, we're definitely thinking some leek sausage with some venison and
Venison out of the deer that you got.
no, it's going to be that one that we just picked up off the side of the road.
Oh. I figured we'd use yours, but we can use that one too.
But yeah, we'll do some venison sausage. We'll probably have venison sausage with leeks.
Caramelized leeks.
Yeah, caramelize some and put them in omelets maybe.
You know, somebody made me a steak one time that had like there's a leek butter that you spread over the top of it.
Yeah, we could do like a compound butter with it.
Yeah.
That would probably actually be really good with a venison steak. So maybe that'll be a...
So again, if you guys have any suggestions for recipes using leeks, by all means, please comment that, because we are saving these for later on. You know, in a kitchen episode, and we do have a few things that we'd like to try them with, but we want to hear what everybody else does with theirs too.
I know there's a million recipes out there for leek dip.
Yeah, comment your favorite leek dip recipe. I like to keep mine very simple.
I see. I've had simple ones really good.
I do the throw your leeks in a food processor with some Miracle Whip bacon bits. That's it. Whip it up, eat it. What kind of crackers?
Ritz, all the way.
Yeah.
Love that buttery flavor of a Ritz cracker. You're welcome, Ritz, for that free advertisement.
Well, that's not the first time that we've publicly advertised crackers.
We bleeped that one out, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
100 subscriber episode. Check it out.
No, that was year-end.
Year-end episode. That's what it was.
Because we had our buffalo-style cheesy orange crackers.
Those were delicious.
They were delicious. Actually, there might be some more of them in there.
We can't show the box though. I think I blurred that out.
We either blurred it or we just didn't bring it up far enough.
Yeah, I did have to blur it because in the one spot you could see.
Oh, is that why you had the guy
there?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because you could see what it was, and we're not doing that. We are not offering free advertisement for anybody other than Ritz when it comes to food stuff. We will, on occasion, we'll advertise local businesses. Actually, we kind of prefer to at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we're local, and we like to deal with our local people.
Yeah, as you can see, especially with the kitchen segments, we're not going to Walmart. No, we're going local. Actually, that's something we should do is record like at the store, like picking stuff out.
We just have to check with
the store.
Yeah. Tell them what we're doing. And
Start getting stuff from the Amish store.
I don't know how they would feel about
As long as you're not recording now. I was just looking on, well, as we work, there's an Amish Trail website popped up on the county website. There's a link for it. And I went on there and it said you were more than welcome to film the Amish as long as you don't get their face. I think. Or no, it said not to film them, but then it said as long as you don't get their face, you can take photos. Now I know playing people who film the Amish. You know. What it is you're capturing their soul.
I heard that's why the Amish dolls don't have faces too.
Yep, that's exactly right. Actually, they believe that if a doll has a face, then it can become possessed.
Fair enough. Because I have been around some of those dolls when I'm at work in people's houses. They're creepy.
Yeah, make you a little uncomfortable. did I tell you I got a smoker?
Yeah.
Pit Boss Pro Series. It's on wheels. It's great big thing.
We could, I'd love to have some place fairly local that we could go on a hog hunt. Bring the whole thing back and just smoke the whole.
So who's your favorite subscriber?
Favorite subscriber?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really think that it's fair to narrow it down to one. But, I mean, I love all of our subscribers. You know, they're the reason that we do what we do.
You know, my favorite subscriber is the one that watches it and enjoys it.
Yes. Or even, I mean, if they watch it and don't enjoy it, I still, you know, like our buddy there from my my hunting episode.
Yeah, you're quite the piece of work, Mr. Root.
Yeah, still counts as a view. I don't care.
I mean, last season, it was getting down towards the end, and I said, you know what? The first button buck I see is going down.
Yeah, see, you know, there's a bunch of schools of thought on that, and I've talked to several people who are, you know, great with, you know, deer biology and things like that. You know, if you get oftentimes the button buck, that's actually the deer to take out if you want to get quality racks, because that's a deer that's behind the curve.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you want to take the, if you're doing management, you want to get those little scrub bucks out of there, which, well, my little 4-point, that's everybody that I've talked to, everybody says that was the best deer to take out.
I remember when we hit 50 subscribers, and we were like, you know what? We are in the big leagues now.
Yeah.
And then we hit 100, which wasn't really all that long after that. It was like, holy crap, we're doing it. And now we're slowly approaching 200. And it's like, wow. But it seems like when we hit 100, it was way more exciting than coming up on 200.
Right.
I think it was our first real
That was the big milestone.
For us. And now that we've hit multiple milestones, we're like,
Yeah, we had video that cleared 2,000 views.
yeah, that happened literally overnight.
Yeah. I'll never forget that phone call. Dude. It's over 1,000.
Are you seeing this? No, I'm shooting pool. Man, Butch was so excited too. I think he was just as excited, if not more excited than I was.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Butch.
But you know, we do have another giveaway like we had for our 100 subscriber episode. We'll be doing one. This one's going to be a surprise at the number. Like we kind of advertised our 100, but we know a number that we want to hit, but it's a pretty fluid number at this point.
Yeah.
But for right now, we can say that we are less than 100 subscribers away from another giveaway. So,
the quicker that we can get there, the quicker that you guys can win some stuff. Which
yeah,
actually,
it'll be another random one too, though. It's not going to be the subscriber that was at, at that mark.
which actually we can't even see who was at the mark. It's just we can see the list. But
yeah, so we're gonna.
if you would like to be on the show, comment down below.
Yeah, and it would be really nice if the number gets hit while we're on location at the Black Creek Flea Market. We could do our drawing right there.
We could. We'll have. We have any fans there? We can have them do it. Which we will have fans there because we do know quite a few people.
Wrong container, Tim.
I keep doing that too.
Yeah.
So Tim, tell me, what is your favorite part about this show?
Well,
And it can be anything. It doesn't have to be.
yeah, I mean, I can tell you from a personal standpoint, doing this show has really, it's helped me to, fall back in love with the outdoors, because I've had a kind of tumultuous relationship, if you will, with the outdoors, and having a fun co-host that we get to go out and do this stuff together. I get to constantly learn, because there's stuff that a lot more about the outdoors than I know, and there's other things that I might be able to teach you.
Yeah.
So
Like the kitchen stuff.
yeah, so we get to learn from each other. We get to learn from our subscribers. I love getting a video uploaded and seeing it progress. Which, one thing that I saw from another YouTube channel, the guy was talking about subscriber count and everything like that. And he said, on average, if you can have like 20% of your subscribers actually view your video, you're doing well. But I look at most of our videos and we're at 193 subscribers or something, and we're getting 200 views.
Yeah.
So we're getting more views than we have subscribers.
Which is great.
Yeah. So I love that. That's
And with the apps that I have to be able to watch, all the statistics and everything and all the insights, it shows on there your unique viewers and your returning viewers.
Right.
And we do have every time we have a lot more unique viewers than returning viewers, but then, and that's early on, but then once it's out there for a while, then, that number starts to go up, which is great.
Yeah, so I think that's got a little bit to do with people who are sharing the episodes or just the channel in general. So yeah, that's pretty fun. You know, I love to see the likes on the video, like any video that we upload. I love seeing the amount of likes, you know, because it seems more and more we're increasing on that front. You know, we're getting more likes per video. We're getting a lot of comments. You know, some videos get more comments than others. But it seems like on almost every video, and I'm sure that you can look it up and correct me on it, and you know, maybe superimpose that right here. But that username that's Music Vids or something.
Music Vids 2011.
Yeah. So we don't know who you are, but we thank you for
Being loyal.
yeah. You're always watching. You're
Always
commenting.
Subscribed, obviously.
You know, but that's something that really.
I like seeing these returning viewers that, you know, they'll comment on things.
Yeah.
Or even on Facebook, you know, you get the same people that share and comment and like everything, and it's a great feeling.
You know, I wish that our one guy that we did our action sequence for,
Mr. Walker Wash.
yeah, I wish that he would
Tell us what he thinks.
let us know what he thought. I mean, we
Good
tried to do that, and
Put a lot of work into that.
yeah, we did.
We did, just for him.
You know, but it was fun, and I've had a lot of other people who have talked to me about that, and you know, said how funny it was and how much they enjoyed it.
Which
Yeah.
really, to film that took an hour.
Yeah, I mean, it's what, like 3 minutes.
Yeah. But I mean, going from like filming location to filming location, stopping, moving cameras, or, you know, moving the phones. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. What's your least favorite part of the show? What's your least favorite thing?
Just, I'd have to say scheduling. You know, like not having things line up to be able to get out and do some of what we have planned, or having a delay in it due to weather or, you know, family issue or something like that you know, we have to postpone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all understandable. I mean, that's all stuff that we can't control. But that's got to be my least favorite part. I love filming. I love learning more about ourselves. I mean, I'll frequently go back and watch old videos, be like, geez, we thought that was really good, but now we're...
Our first episodes, I've tried to watch them a few times, and I couldn't do it because they were absolutely atrocious. I'm like, there's no way
Yeah,
that we were all right with this. But then again, we were just beginning. We were learning,
and I mean, obviously,
and we had no idea what we were doing.
no. I mean, we didn't consult with any other YouTube channel or anything like that to try to figure out
We really
how
had
to do it. You know, it was just us.
we really had zero guidance, pretty much throughout this whole entire thing.
Yeah, still.
It's been us.
You
I
know,
mean, we've had opinions come in. We've had suggestions come in. They're like, hey, you should do this or you should do that.
but those aren't coming from other YouTubers or anything. Those are coming from the people that watch all of our videos.
Right.
And
we do very greatly appreciate it. Like Mr. Wash, we both very greatly appreciate him saying, hey, make it more entertaining. Because for one, we know what you guys want. And for two, it gave us something to do.
it did.
We had fun.
And we would do that for anybody. I mean, that's the first time we had seen that particular gentleman comment on any of our videos, and so we did what he wanted. If anybody else comments and says, "Hey, we want to see this," okay, guess what? We're gonna do it. As long as it fits in with the parameters of the show.
And see, when we first started, we were specifically about what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
We're not saying we didn't care what anybody else wanted. It was just more for us. But now that we've started to grow and develop, we realize that people actually do enjoy this stuff. So we're gonna, we've been doing it for the people.
Well, I mean, it works out well. Having a nice support system behind us.
I've got the best support system now that I've had since we started the show.
Yeah. I mean,
since the brand made its debut on TikTok back in 2020.
Right. But yeah, I mean, like we have great people who are close to us, who support us. Like your dad. I mean, I don't know what we do. Because he's always willing to let us tag along and do whatever we can, or whatever we want to, really. We're helping him, obviously, but it's
yeah, and he's so willing, like, hey, we want to get this angle with you explaining this, and then we want to get this angle with you explaining that, or hey, can you just tell us what you're doing? And he doesn't get frustrated, he doesn't get upset. He got a little disappointed with the action scene, but
I think at the end of the day he understands it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He understands, and with Sugar in Season, I mean, the rich history within the family for Sugar in Season, he just wants to get the story out,
right?
And when we did the interview with him, that was episode 4, I think,
something like that, yeah.
and the interview with Chris Hamilton, which is my father. That was so huge and monumental for our family because we're getting the story out and telling people this is what we do, and it's something that it just kind of happened. That episode. Like, we didn't wake up that morning and say, "Hey, we're gonna go do this." It was just a, "Hey, meet me."
Right.
We're doing this.
But yeah, I mean, he's been great with being a huge supporter of the channel. My parents, they're not necessarily people who enjoy being on camera so much, but they
Behind the camera.
yeah, like behind the scenes stuff. We're sitting in their garage right now, cleaning leeks.
Well, and look at how many times that we've had, garlic from
Yeah.
your parents, and
Yeah, we get You know, a lot of our ingredients come from the garden that's right over across the road. The Dora episode, I mean, that wouldn't have been able to happen if it wasn't for them. You know, they stepped right up and helped out with building that lamp.
Without hesitation.
Yeah. You know, I just came here the one day and I kind of laid out the idea. My dad is a master woodworker anyways, and I just laid out the idea and everything like that. He's like, yeah, okay, yep, let's do this. You know, let's do this. I went and got everything that I wanted and, you know, to incorporate in it. And he helped with the layout, but I mean, even that, I mean, there were so many other people that you know, pitched in for that lamp. You know, so yeah, it's like I said, the support system, all the behind the scenes stuff, that's been huge. Even from people we, you know, met because of it, you know, like with Cooper Allen and his team.
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
And I think, you know, that episode was our most supported episode because there were so many people that helped make the episode what it was.
Right.
And the folks at the SPCA, at the McKean County SPCA,
Yeah.
Cooper Allen and his team, you know, your folks, just
Well, and I mean, even the viewers, everybody who watched it, you know, I get choked up. I mean, that episode was a year ago, almost. You know, and she's been gone over a year. But I'll sit there and I'll look through the comments on that video, and I get choked up. There's tears in my eyes, everything like that. I mean, it was just the support that we got from everybody on that episode.
not to mention the guys that we interviewed too.
Yeah.
That you interviewed. It was
Yeah. Yeah, you know, so we had Randy Taylor, Jake Dunn, and Justin Smith. So yeah, I mean, that whole episode was, you know, I'll say it's my second favorite episode because it's hard to not call the banana one my favorite. I mean, it was so stupid. It was, one might say, fruity.
It was, but it was appealing to the
Yes.
to the viewers.
Yes,
It still continues to be.
it had a large appeal.
Some nice rape jokes.
Still gets me.
There was a bunch of them.
Oh my god, it was. Well, I watched that episode.
Here, you gotta take this from me for
And,
cut myself.
You know, that one part where I just lost it.
We were laughing.
I'm laughing just as hard now. Maybe not laughing because of the jokes, but laughing at myself.
On that part that you were dying laughing, and I'm just sitting there.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. It took me a minute.
But to do that video with the amount of sleep that we had got the night before,
Well, that
minimal amount.
yeah, that didn't help.
Hey, it was still fun though.
Oh, and I mean, I'm really looking forward to what might come with this next one for Halloween. Oh, we missed one.
You missed one. That's you, not me. Just
on
because it
your
was on my
side.
side doesn't mean it was mine.
It was on your side. Alright, so we got these things all cleaned up. Water is looking nice and clear. Let them soak in the nice cold water for a little while. What we're going to do with some of these is we're going to snip these off and we're going to dehydrate them in the our little food dehydrator here, and we're gonna end up using those to make a powder, kind of similar to a garlic powder or onion powder. So that's going to be what's happening here. And the rest of them we're probably going to just vacuum seal and save those for use later on. So I'm just going to get to work doing this. It'll allow us to use these in the future. Perfect. So we'll be coming back in probably a day or two. I'll check them tomorrow and see what these leaks in the dehydrator are doing. You know, they might take a little while because of just cleaning them and everything in the bucket of water and whatnot. So we'll let those run and see what happens. All right, so it's been a few days since I was out digging leeks with Mason. Put those leeks in the dehydrator to make our leek powder. So they should be pretty well done dehydrating. I'm going to go up there and check them, and if they're ready, then I'm going to put them through the grinder, make our leek powder, and get that into a bottle so we can use it in a future episode. But I'm going to make a little side trip. Had a customer at work who he used to be a big hunter, and since then he's become disabled, not really able to get out and do any hunting anymore, but he loves venison. So swing by and drop off a little bit of venison for him from the deer that I got in Tim's archery season episode. Share the wealth with some people who are a little less fortunate. So gonna make a side trip there and then go make some leek powder. Alright, so just made that stop. Got the venison dropped off to my guy there, and hopefully he'll enjoy that. Gave him, a few pounds of ground, probably about 5 pounds of ground, and there's a few packs of steaks in there too, so that should hold him over for a little while. So now I'll run up to Cuba. We'll do that leek powder, and then we'll see what happens next. Alright, so there's the dehydrator. And here's our dehydrated leeks. So we're going to put some of these in the grinder, start grinding them up, and we'll see if we can make a good powder. Back in there. Oh. That's what I do with the barrel. Take the spoon and stir it down in.
All right, everybody, that's going to wrap up this episode. Comment down below what your favorite leek recipe is, and we might be able to use it in a future segment of 716 Outdoors Kitchen. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.